Sup, Stinkies? So before I begin, I don't know if I sound funny. I've had a freaking head cold for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. It's not COVID. I tested negative a lot, but I'm a fight. I'm a fist fight. I'm gonna go in with like fists, fist of fury. Hey, Happy New Year. First day, let's go. How y'all doing? I'm tired. We're getting the flu. Ugh, dude, so many people have been getting sick. Like, I'm glad it was just a head cold. It still is just a head cold, I think. Um, Basically, I like 2 days before I was supposed to go to Oklahoma, I was like, my throat feels a little scratchy. And I was like, oh, but maybe it's because I was like streaming and screaming and, having a good time playing games with people. Like Valorant, I get really hyped in Valorant. So I was like, oh, maybe it's just from that. Like I didn't feel sick. And so I was like, maybe it's fine. So I asked my mom, right? Papa Tizzy, thank you for subscribing for 13 months. And I was like, oh, like, so I asked my mom and I was like, is it okay? Like, do I need it? She's like, well, Jarvis, thank you for subscribing for 38 That's one way to spell it. For 38 months, thank you. So I asked my mom and I was like, oh, like, is it okay if I fly out still. She's like, yeah, it should be fine. And I was like, okay. So I fly out to Oklahoma. Oh, Stinky Ray, thank you for subscribing at Tier 3 for 33 months. It's a lot of threes. Half a year, 6 months? 39 months? Half a year. Am I doing the math wrong? Think totally blocked out the end of my username. Oh! Yeah, when y'all have numbers at the end of your names, I don't look at it. Don't look at it. I thought you were talking about like 69, and I was like, you got a lot longer to hit 69. Anyway, I get to Oklahoma, and I go to sleep. I wake up, and my these lymph nodes, I don't know, these balls right here were so swollen, and I was like, you know. Turtle, thank you for subscribing for 10 months. Thank you. So many subs today. What the heck? Changing name to CJ69420. I didn't even want to read that. Be honest with you, it's too many numbers. Too many cooks. Anyway. So, got to Oklahoma and I was like, my lymph nodes. Yeah. I haven't been gone. Technically, I've only been gone for like 2 weeks. It can't be that long. And so I was like, oh my God, my throat. And so I was like, I went to my uncle and I was like, hey, so I need a COVID test. But the thing is, like, I had COVID in September and I got the booster. So I was like, Anyway, I didn't think I had COVID. I just wanted to be sure, you know. So we went and got a COVID test and I was negative and I was like, nice. But then like, it wasn't like a sore throat. It was just like, you know, these balls you have here, they were so swollen and I was like, ugh, you know. And then I kept blowing my nose, and then it was just like I kept getting like mucus. This is gonna be so gross, sorry, mucus dripping down into my chest, and so I'd cough it out and it was really gross. And then Inbird, thank you for subscribing for 32. Oh, hold on. Just give it a second. Just give it a second. 32 months. Thank you for subscribing. Lymph nodes protect you. I know, and that's the thing, is like I would just kept saying like I don't feel sick. I don't feel sick, but I just had so much like mucus. Anyway, and so then it turned into like coughing, but it wasn't like a lung kind of cough, you know? It was like things were in here. Throat lozenges help. Try that next time. Do you think I didn't try throat lozenges? Do you think I just suffered? Do I look like a caveman? I tried everything, man. I was taking vitamin C, vitamin D. I took Mucinex, the big pills too. The big pills of Mucinex. And I don't know if y'all know this, I can't swallow pills for shit. I can't. It sucks. It's hard. I could barely swallow my birth control pills. Like, they're teeny tiny. And I'm like, I have to convince myself. Blah. Anyway, I managed to take, so I was taking Mucinex, and then I was taking Advil. Oh, Sleepy, thank you for subscribing with your Twitch Prime. Anyway, so I was down in like the emergency. Like I was prepping myself, right? Anyway, so I didn't feel sick the whole time, right? And anytime I'd cough, I would like leave the room, or I would do it into my arm or whatever. Seeing family was great. That was the shortest vacation of my life. Holy shit. It went by like literally at the end of the trip. I was sitting with my aunt and uncle. They were like, "What happened?" Like that felt like 3 days. I was like, "I know." So much has happened, by the way. Anyway, not really, but yes. So I fly back. My first flight, so it was a two flights. My first flight, I felt fine. My second flight, all the mucus that was in here went to my ears. I couldn't hear shit for like 3 days. Today is the first day I've been able to hear. Anyway, I've been coughing like so much just to get all the stuff out of my like. It wasn't the flu. I did get my flu shot too. It wasn't the flu. It's just a head cold. It's just a head cold. So I didn't feel sick. I've had the flu. The flu made me feel like death. The flu, like, listen, out of all the sicknesses, we're not including the stomach bugs that I had when I was a kid. That shit was the worst. But in terms of like sicknesses, the flu is the worst, and then COVID, and then head cold. Obviously, because head cold's like not that big of a deal. It's annoying, but it's not that big of a deal. The flu is sucked. And you may be like, see, COVID's not that bad as the flu. Now I have 5, but at the time I had 4 shots, all right? Load me up. Anyway, so I was going somewhere with this. Oh yeah. So Almighty Matt, thank you for subscribing for 18 months at tier 3. Thank you. I played Valorant. I got back and anyway, so I second flight. The second flight was like up higher in the sky and went to my ears, right? Billy Slingshot, thank you for subscribing with the Twitch Prime. So I landed, and then all of the mucus has been trying to get out of my head and out of my chest. And so, when I cough, this is the thing too, I have a long COVID symptom. I do. I know. I didn't make it out. The thing is, when I cough, and I think I've kind of talked about this, when I cough or when I sneeze, it tickles a certain part of my throat that was really affected by COVID, and it makes me dry heave. So, now that I have a head cold and I'm coughing, I'm just dry heaving left and right, and it sucks. I went and I got these side. This is my 3rd one I'm on. I'm trying to drink so much water. I got nasal spray, which by the way sucks if you shoot it and it goes weep bloop down your throat and your throat starts stinging. Oh, also, I went to the dermatologist. Do you remember? Did I tell y'all before I left that I had an appointment with a dermatologist? Because I've never gone really to a dermatologist to get looked at. And I have like a lot of moles and stuff. So I was like, oh, I just want to get looked at. I've never really gotten looked at. So I went in and she was like, okay, so like, undress. This is going to be a Dungeon Diary video, by the way. But she was like, oh yeah, just go ahead and undress. And I was like, okay. So gave me a gown, but you're supposed to keep on your undergarments, right? Oh, and Bird. Thank you for gifting a sub. Those are half off. Subs are half off right now? Half off? 25%. I lied. Well, I just started stream. Mighty Matt, thank you for that. Was it 50? Holy 50 gifted subs. Thank you. What the hell? Thank you. Oh, hi, Jewel. I appreciate it. New year, new me, right? I don't want a new me. I like me. We finally got to a point where I like me. Everybody say thank you, Mighty Matt. Say thank you. Jalen, thank you. Hold on. I'll wait till 1 second. Thank you for gifting a sub to Jewel. Thank you, thank you. Also on my flight, I don't know if y'all noticed, I have I changed the K-Buy because I wanted to draw it in my own handwriting, and then I added a new animated emote of tortellini. So I hope y'all enjoy it. Also, can you tell it says K-Buy? Because like I thought it was so cute, and then I uploaded it and I was like, oh. But the Thor one, look, the Thor one's so good because it's when he bites me, the little shit. Do you see like the eyes? Anyway. Oh, and now Jewel is doing the Jewel thing. I can just imagine her sitting on the couch or being in bed just giggling to herself as she's clicking all the emotes. Anyway. These are my favorite. Thank you, thank you. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so the dermatologist, that is me, right? I knew it. So I go to the dermatologist. They give me a thing. They're like, okay, keep your undergarments on. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm sitting there, and like I wanted to get my moles looked at, but I also like I just want to get my skin looked at. I had so many questions about like dermatology. I wanted to ask if there's like retinol I should use. I was wondering if my skincare was the right skincare. I was wondering, I wanted to ask all these questions. So then the doctor comes in and she was like, "Hello, how are you?" I was like, "Good, how are you?" She's like, "Good. So you just want to get your skin checked?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I was going to ask her a bunch of questions. I had written them down, right? She's like, "Okay, stand up." So I stand up and she's like she's like holds my arm up and she's looking at my arm and she holds up my other arm, looks at my other arm, and then she like kind of takes the gown off. I thought she was gonna like look at my chest. She just grabs my bra and goes bloop, whole titty pops out, and I'm like, oh, because it makes sense they gotta inspect everywhere, but I was not expecting that. You could have just been like, okay, is it okay if I? But no, poop. I was like, hello, hello. Tiny small, thank you for gifting a sub. Thank you, thank you. Um, and then yeah, it was like it was just a boom, and I was like, what? And then she went to the other side, and I was standing there. I'm like, okay. And so she like doing a loop around, and she's like looking, and so she's like, okay, turn around. So I turn around, so because I have moles on my back that or there's a few of them. So I thought she was gonna like she looked at them, and then she got like down on her knees to inspect my booty cheeks, and I was like, and then she's like starts running her finger in my like underwear. I was like, what is happening? It was so, I mean, like, listen, dermatologist has to look at the whole skin. I get it. But you could have at least told me. I was just, I felt like I was getting wow, can I speak? Abducted? There we go. Abducted by aliens. What I just come into. Listen, should have let out a fart. Bro, that's too much pressure. But anyway, so she looked at everything. She's like, okay, you look good. And I was like, oh, well, there are some moles that I want to get looked at specifically. She's like, oh, which ones? And so I was like, okay, well, there's one on my shoulder. And so she looked at it. She goes, yeah, it looks healthy. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, there's one on my belly button, which, by the way, I hate all of the moles on my body. Every single mole I hate, except the belly button one. Except that, listen, I don't like moles personally on my body. If I could cut them all off, I would. But the belly button one I liked. I don't know why, but I did. And so I was like, yeah, the thing is like, I've cut it twice shaving and it changed color, which like makes sense because if you shave yourself, you get a scab and then it heals itself. And if you do it on a belly button, or sorry, not a belly button, if you do it on a mole and it, it's cut and then it heals, the skins could grow back darker, right? And it grew back darker in the two places that I cut it when I was shaving. Because, sometimes you got to do an everything shower. Y'all know what everything showers are, right? 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 Say right. You know what and everything. Okay. Well, Jalen gets me. CJ gets me. Right. Okay. Are y'all just saying that, or do you actually know what an everything shower is? Okay. Everything shower. Everything shower means you have to wash your hair with shampoo and then conditioner, and then you have to you wash your body, and then you exfoliate your body, and then you shave everything, like down to the arms, to the belly, to the, well, some people have to do the back, to the armpits, everything shower, right? And then you like you do like a bath bomb, and you soak, and then you just, everything. I'll do this every time. No, a deep like cleanse, like with exfoliant and stuff. It is a lot of work. That's why it's called an everything shower. So you like shave everything, you like just take care of everything, right? All of it. Face mask, skincare, everything. 2 kinds of like body wash. And at the end of the shower, you make a sacrifice to the ginger gods. I think we have different bathroom gods, but okay. Anyway, so and with everything showers, like, you're just like trying to shave real quick, and then you just, oop, that was the belly button mole. Anyway, so the last time I did it, I actually cut it really deep, and it was just bleeding, and I was like, oh shit, because I was in a rush, and you got little fuzzies on your belly. Anyway, so and so I was like shaving it, and it cut like a here. Imagine this is the belly button mole. I cut it like through it apart. Anyway, it was not good, but it like healed. But it just healed that one line. There was, well, technically 2 because I did it twice. Anyway, so I told her, I was like, oh yeah, well, I keep shaving this and like it cuts. And so she looked at it. She's like, oh yeah, I'll take it off. And I was like, my belly button mole. you're gonna take off my belly button mole. And I was like, oh. And the thing is, too, is like, I don't know what I expected. Because I kind of wanted it off because I was like, I kept shaving it. But then at the same time, it's like, but it's my belly button mole. And then, so I was like, why is she not? Oh, CJ, I haven't even gotten there yet, right? And so then she goes to her computer to like type in that she was taking off a mole. And I was like, oh, yeah, the one on my shoulder, too, though. Like, where would I go to get that removed? Because that irritates me when I work out a lot. And like the thing here, look, I'll show you. I work out a lot. And so like sports bras, they come down right here, right? And so I constantly pinch it. And it was pretty big size. And it constantly gets pinched when I work out. Or like if I'm brushing my hair, it get, scraped. It's just anyway. But when I said that, she goes, "Okay, it comes off too." And I was like, "Oh, okay, thank you." And I was like, I was just mostly asking like, is that anyway? You shave the peach fuzz on the belly, that's cute, and also their stubbles way worse. I don't care that it gets stubbles with peach fuzz. It just grows back more peach fuzz. It's all business. I know. She was like, okay, we'll take it off. But anyway, so I'm sitting there like this on the table, right? And she comes over and she's like, I have the gown off and I got my little pooch out, like my little cat primordial pooch out. And she's getting ready to like put the needle in because the way you get moles removed is they put like the numbing needle in. No, no more boobs out. No more boobs out. The pooch, primordial pooch. Um, so she gets ready to numb the mole, and I was like, should I lay down for this? Because I was just sitting like this, right? And like I have a little primordial pooch, right? Like I got a little tum tum. This is normal. But I was like, ma'am, I don't want to watch. I want to sit here and watch you try to cut off because I got a little pooch that's like this, you know? Anyway, so I was like, should I lay down? And she was like, oh, you can if you want to. And I was like, yeah, I would like to. So then I'm laying down on the table, and then like there's another nurse in there. And so I'm laying down, and she's like, okay, you'll feel like a little pinch, like a bee sting. And I was like, yeah, like, because I've gotten moles removed. Remember Stuart? I had a mole up here that I got removed. Um, so she's numbing it, and then pooch, primordial pooch. Yeah, primordial pooch. Tum tum. Anyway, so she's numbing it, and then she goes over to this one. And I was like, do you want me to sit up for this? She's like, no, this is fine. I was like, okay. Because, like, now I'm laying down, and the mole is right there, right? And so I'm like, how is she going to do this? She did it. So now I have 2 holes in my body. This one hurts. My belly button one is itchy. This one is like a gaping hole. This one is just like a little scrape. And I have to change the dressing every day. It's a weird experience. But anyway, I went to my P.O. box. Got more. What's the price for one? Well, so I had a copay. But because they shipped both moles off to look at them, even though they're probably healthy. I don't know how much it's gonna cost. This whole mole situation weird. I know. But hey, I got good skin. She said everything looks good, so we don't need to worry about that. Haha. So oh yeah, oh yeah. So I still had all my questions, right? So she takes off the 2 moles. She goes, okay, that's all. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then she's like, bye, and then leaves. And I was like, I still had like 5 more questions to ask. And then the nurse is like, okay, you should be good to go. Just like when you leave this room, or you get dressed, leave this room, go to the left. And I was like, okay. So now I guess I gotta look on Reddit for what retinol is good. And I guess I'll keep using my skincare because I guess it's good. I don't know. I just have so many questions. I don't know if like doctors just don't give a shit anymore. Like, but I was like, I had questions to ask, but I wanted to ask a legitimate dermatologist about it, you know? Every doctor rushes now. I know. And like, I get they're busy, but like, damn, I have questions. Unless, do you want me to look at WebMD? Because I will. Anyway, so I have P.O. Box gifts. I know that y'all sent some stuff and they were like a little delayed. I have them now. Oh, my doctor's like, feels like a drive-through sometimes. Yeah, drive-through doctor. You had your mandated 5 minutes by. It's literally it. Luckily, I have a primary, like a primary care physician, and she's really nice. Like whenever I go in, like I'll ask her like 8 questions, and she's super attentive. But she's also, I can kind of feel like she's like, okay, I have stuff to do. And I'm like, yeah, it's me. I'm the patient. Anyway, so shall we open? Have I turn on the Christmas tree just because like we got more Christmas presents. My primary care doctor quit. You know what? Fair enough. I think COVID ruined a lot of shit, I gotta pull, hold on. My pants got all scruffled. But anyway, this is so fucking itchy. It's driving me nuts. It's itchy and it hurts. This one, see, this is where, hold on. This is the one. I wish I could show you, but it's kind of gross. But it looks so weird, dude. This is the primordial pooch, by the way. Primordial pooch. Doctors either fast AF or talks about philosophy for 30 minutes. You get them in the room for 30 minutes? Damn. Let's see those Prezi. Yeah. Okay. Dude, I went to my P.O. box and so the P.O. box, they have like little P.O. boxes, right? Mine's a little P.O. box. And if you have a lot of stuff, they put it in like a bigger P.O. box. They give you a key for it. So I went and I opened it and they like stuffed everything in there, and I looked at it and like, shit. So I was like trying to scoop it all out and balance it and walk back to my car. It's not like when you move quickly with that striped shirt. What does it do? What does it do? Should I change shirts? I haven't worn this shirt in a while. I was going through my, oh my god, that's the other thing. Do y'all want the good news or the bad news? Yes. Same. Feel that. Um, Bad news. Okay. Bad news. The lease is up in a month and a half. Roughly. Maybe less. Let's just say a month. We have a month. Isn't that crazy? We've been here for almost 2 years now. Um, the good news is I'm going to view an apartment tomorrow. And it looks really promising. Um, I've read some kind of scary reviews online about the place. So, I'm just gonna look at it. We're just gonna get a nice, we're just gonna do like a walkthrough. But the thing is, it's Los Angeles, right? It's like, it's Los Angeles. So, like, if you go anywhere, people are gonna complain about everything and anything. And people are like, my car got stolen. Well, they probably left the keys in the car. Like, it's a lot of that kind of stuff. Um, but tomorrow, I'm just gonna go look. Just get an idea. So that's a plus. I've kind of been like panicking about it just because I don't like not knowing, and not having that control. I haven't talked to my landlord about it yet, just being like, "Hey, the lease is up. What do you want to do?" Um, if he offers like, "Oh, you could have another year here." Listen, I would like to. I would like to. It's just fucking Bob. If Bob was not an issue, I wouldn't mind staying here. But it's fucking Bob. Anyway. And also too, they keep raising my rent and it's too expensive. But, also this new place, we could have like a lot of opportunities. And so like it's a plus, and I'm excited, but also a little scared. So why not move to a beachfront property? You're a woman, you get cheaper rent, right? Are you living in the 40s? What? You think I'm gonna walk in and the landlord's gonna be like, "Oh, Mrs. Titties, we'll take $800 off your rent." That's not how this works. I'm gonna open Christmas presents. What the hell? All right. We're gonna open this one. Let's see. Hope you enjoy it. Calculus Bandit.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thank you for subscribing. Oh my god. That's so cool. It's a Dr. Pepper and Japanese. Does it say Dr. Pepper in Japanese? Can anybody read Japanese? The thing I love about Scotland is we have lifetime tenancy agreements. Lifetime? What does that mean? That's so cute. Thank you. Just totally your vibe. Thank you. Thank you. This is Dr. Pepper. That's so cool. Oh, Evasive. Thank you for subscribing.
Happy New Year, Kato. Appreciate you. Eton. Hope all has been well. Good Pande love.
I'm alive. 75. How many years is that? As long as you pay the rent, you can live in the property your whole life. And they don't change the price? That's insane. To whoever sent me the Dr. Pepper shirt, thank you. I see the name on the tag. I just don't want to say it out loud. I don't know. It's like, I don't ever know if y'all want to be like outed, you know? Like, what if your name is John and like, I'm like, thanks, John. And they're like, you know? 6 and a 4. That's crazy. Let's do this one. What is this one? This one says, enjoy your gift from Salamin. It's got frogs on it. It's got frogs on it. Oh yeah, rent price can go up and down, but you don't have to set time like a year. Oh, gotcha. Oh, the sticker. Hold on. I can't get it off. Oh, shit. Hold on. Oh! I have something I want to announce. I should have probably run it by y'all. But anyway, I have come to a conclusion that I would like to test something out. What is this? Oh, it's so cute. What the hell? Oh, hold on. There's a little cat. Wait, and there's a frog holding. Wait, this is so cute. There's a little table. How did he find this? And there's a little chair. Wait. And then there's a frog with a coffee mug and a book. Hold on. These are like little sticky things. We had an earthquake this morning. I thought I hallucinated it, but I didn't. And then there's this little box. What's in this little box? Oh, why is this one? This chair is wrapped up. Is it because it's wood? Yeah. Oh, you could like have a whole little. It's like, oh, this is so cute. Is this like ASMR or is this annoying? Should I not open these right now? I probably shouldn't open. I feel like a little kid on Christmas. This is so cute. More trinkets. Thank you, Slammin'. I know you're not here right now, but save them for the new place. You're right. That's another thing too that I've been like trying to struggle, or I have been struggling with when I've been looking at apartments. So many places are so expensive, and it's like it'll have like a bedroom and then a kitchen, a super small kitchen, mind you. A kitchen and then a living room. And then I look at it and the bedroom fits a bed and it fits chest of drawers and that's it. And I'm like, where the hell? Cuz if I find a one bedroom with a living room and a kitchen and a bedroom, I have to put my like little workstation in the bedroom, right? This place I got lucky. There's like a little nook, right, in the living room because technically we're in the living room. I don't know how I'm gonna fit it in a bedroom, but anyway, Japan is. I saw that. I saw some of it on TikTok this morning. It was crazy. According to my phone, the shirt says Dr. Pepper. Good enough. We love Dr. Pepper. All right, let's do this one. Ow. What were you gonna run by us? Oh yeah. So I was thinking of streaming Wednesday through Sunday. I was thinking of changing it up. Because normally I stream Monday through Friday because I like having the weekend. But I was thinking, what if I did Wednesday through Sunday? Because some people work. some of y'all have big people jobs. And you can't make it to streams. And so I was like, oh, what if I streamed on the weekends? So that was like a thought. I feel like it would be something just to test out. Wait, you don't work? Of course not. I just sit here and I talk about boobs all day. That's a joke. Or is it? I do the works Monday through Friday. Okay, so I could try the weekend stuff, see how that goes. I also, this one's wrapped up. I also, I kind of want to try to do the Twitch thing, the Ren schedule. Yeah, that's it. This was meant for Christmas, but Amazon has their ideas. Sorry for the Star Wars spam. Never be sorry for Star Wars spam. Merry Lake Christmas from Maddie. Oh boy. Damn, Amazon. Okay. Glad I got there. I wonder what it is. They wrapped it really well. Ah! Ah! I'm wiggling my feet, but you can't see. Okay, so I got a little concerned, right? Because I can go to my Amazon wish list and like if I click on something, it's like, be careful because so do you want to know if somebody bought this for you? So it gives you like a heads up, right? And so I went and I looked at this because I got, got scared. And so I clicked on it. It said, yes, it had been bought for you. And I was like, but I've been to my P.O. box twice and it hasn't gotten here. And sometimes things like Amazon doesn't work like for my P.O. box for some reason. And so things don't actually get delivered. And so I was like, oh my God, what if somebody bought it and it didn't get delivered? And then it says that it was bought and that I'd miss out on it. I wanted this so bad. You don't even know. A lot of you are probably like, it took over a month to get. That's crazy. It's a Princess Leia purse, and it's so pretty. I saw it online, and I was like, I need it. I need it. I need it. I need it. I have a Queen Amidala purse, but for some reason, like, the stitching came loose, and so I need to restitch it, and it's been in the closet, because I need to, damn, I need to restitch it. Sorry, this hurts really bad. Anyway, oh my God. This is, I'm freaking out. Thank you. Look at it. It's so exquisite. It is, oh my God, I'm obsessed. Never apologize for the Star Wars spam. My, because my brother's married, right? Not Gage, the other one. So, I guess my sister-in-law, that sounds funny. I don't really know her all too well, but so like 2 years ago, I think? Maybe it was last year. I don't know. She got me, a Mandalorian, like, eyeshadow palette from ColourPop, and I saw it and I was like, oh my God, I was like, this is incredible. I love this. I love this. I love this. And that's when I got obsessed with makeup. I was like, holy wait, there's stuff I could do with this. Turns out ColourPop has a lot of Star Wars makeup. Anyway, so this year she like found another one. It's in my suitcase. I haven't unpacked. Anyway, it's in my suitcase, but it's like I opened it and I was like, like it's not ColourPop, it's like some other brand, but it looks so expensive and it looks so cool as Star Wars. And so like later she texted me, she's like, oh, I hope you like your gift. And I was like, I am obsessed. I was like, where'd you even find it? She's like, oh, I watched like beauty YouTubers and then like someone had it and blah blah blah. I'm like, that's so nice. She's like, yeah, your brother said you like Star Wars. I was like, literally, I'm fine with getting Star Wars gifts for the rest of like our lives. Like if you give me something Star Wars, great. I like Star Wars. But see, the thing is like when I say I like Star Wars, people are like, oh yeah, so what's your favorite planet? What's your favorite moon? I don't fucking know. I'm like a simpleton Star Wars fan, okay? If you ask me trivia, I'm not gonna know shit. Who shot first? Han? I don't know. You see the Doctor Who Christmas special, there's a meme that goblins are relatives of the Grogu? No. I haven't seen Doctor Who in like a long, long time. Sorry. I just having a moment. Okay, okay, we'll put it right here. I never thought I would see it in person. Okay. We have, let's do this one. This one looks kind of funny. It's looks kind of funny. It's a lot of tape and I don't have scissors. Do you want to see? I went to the store and I got these notebooks. Look how cute it is. Look how fucking cute it is. Anyway, sorry, distraction. They did the new Doctor. There's a new Doctor? Oh, this is wrapped in like styrofoam. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to get scissors. What was the first thing Thor did when he got Scream? He was so, I have never seen him so happy, which I will get to that in a minute. Hold on, I'm gonna get scissors. Remind me to tell you about Thor's sitter. Because that's something. Hold on. Don't listen to me choke. It's happening. No, it's not. We're okay. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna have the headset off, so if I miss anything, just... They brought back David Tennant for 3 episodes, now there's a new one. Oh. Interesting. What is this? It's wrapped in... Why was... This was like protected in styrofoam. I got so concerned for a second. It didn't even say who it's from. Well, whoever got me this, thank you so much. I'm going to put it above the toilet. It's going to be perfect. That one's me. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's so fun. You can't tell me that you wouldn't laugh if you went into the bathroom and saw this. Which, by the way, Thor's a little freak. I had the camera, like, because when I leave, I have the camera up in case I miss him and then I can watch him because he sleeps on the bed. The amount of times I would turn on the camera and he'd be, like, reclined back, both of his bottom legs in the air, and he'd be going to his pee-pee. Like, what is wrong with you? Try to get that one for your birthday along with the Kitty Biscuits one. Knows out of stock. Oh, gotcha. Well, I have it now, and it's gonna go in the new apartment. Dude, what if my landlord's like, I will literally lower your rent by $600. Don't move. I'd be like, well, that is quite enticing, sir. He's doing what teenagers do when they're home alone. Yeah. Just a little itch. Yeah, okay. Okay, we got this one. I'm looking for the papers. Oh, Nathan! He doesn't have balls. He can't do anything. Why does this kind of smell like cough drops? I don't know why the bag smells like cough drops. Eat, sleep, anime, repeat. There wasn't a little card that said who it's from, but thank you for the anime shirt. It smells like mints. And it's really soft too. Cup of kiwi. Thank you for, I should probably turn the audio up. Thank you for subscribing for 14 months. Don't thank me. Oh, okay. I take it back then. It's been an absolute honor. Okay. Thank you. I return it. Thank you for the anime shirt. Dude, ramen sounds so good right now. I'm looking at the ramen. Ramen would hit because I have a head cold. And it's also just delicious. Okay, I'm running out of space. I'll put that right there. I think it'll balance. Okay, we have 5 more. There was a lot at the P.O. box, okay? Let's do this one. This one's little. And it looks cute. All right. Who was it? Who was it? Who got me Dr. Pepper sauce? For medium feet. Oh, medium feet? I thought my feet were small, but it says medium feet. Thank you for the Dr. Pepper and their compression socks. I should have worn these on the plane. Seems like a slamming thing. Maybe. They're cute and they're really soft though. Is it gonna stretch? I got thick legs. Yeah, it'll stretch. Blew, blew, blew. Thank you for my Dr. Pepper socks. I don't know who it was, but thank you. I appreciate it. Off to work. Bye. Have a good day at work. All right. We'll do this one. This one was really heavy. I had to go to the counter because I also got a note saying go to the counter. And then he gave me 2 boxes. He's like, you got it? They're really heavy. I'm like, yeah, I got it. And I picked up. I was like, I still had it because, you know, protein. But it was heavier than I thought. My hair looks a little funny today. Please ignore. Oh my god, why is it? What is this? It's like straight. It feels like just a giant metal. Who did this? Who did this? I didn't even know you could do that. Who sent me Dr. Pepper? I have so many questions. For one, I didn't even know you could do that. Who did it? Well, thank you. I appreciate it. No wonder it felt so weird. It's from Amazon too. That's so Amazon just has Dr. Pepper. They're like, okay, yeah, we got clothes, we got furniture. Dr. Pepper. Okay, we'll do this one. May need scissors for this. What is this? Wait, I want to put them on. These are earrings that I've wanted. Hold on. So, fun fact about me is my ears are little bitches. And they can only handle real jewelry. If I put in, like, fake jewelry, like metal, just, like, straight up, like, steel, get the real sugar Dr. Pepper in the glass bottles on Amazon. I think someone gave that to me once. I feel like a pretty, pretty princess. But yeah, if I have earrings that, you know, like, are from, like, Claire's, and they're made out of just metal, my ears get all yucky. I know, they're so cute. Thank you so much. Hold on, I gotta get the tag off. Also get the Pepsi syrup to make your own soda stream. For Pepsi, this is a Dr. Pepper household. Or Cherry 7-Up. I think those are both owned by the same company. Aha! Well, Dr. Pepper didn't have the syrup. Well, I guess we're not drinking any soda. This is Dr. Pepper or death. How do they... Does my hair kind of clash? What if it's like a... Do I need to have like an updo? Yeah. They're so cool. Well, this can be my personality for the rest of my life. Thank you for sending me the earrings. Look good on you. Thank you. Thank you. They're not like heavy. That's another thing too. I can't have earrings be heavy because then it pulls on my ears and it makes them infected and blah, 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 blah. But they're not that heavy. I don't think I could wear them like for 24 hours, but. Okay. Let's see. What's this one? Right there. We'll do this one. This one was also the other heavy one. I swear to God, if it's more Dr. Pepper. The poor people at the post office are probably like, what the hell? Why are these boxes so heavy? And it's just Dr. Pepper. Oh, this box has seen better days. Yeah. Thank you for my Dr. Pepper collection. Dude, is this last box gonna have Dr. Pepper in it? I don't think it would fit. There's no way, right? Right? I think your hair looks adorable with the love shirt and how you go to gym so long. Like, okay, have a good gym session and thank you. You know what's funny? I would go shopping in Oklahoma and every single like I go to check out because I would get like little trinkets and stuff. I'd go to check out and the lady be like, "Oh, did you find everything you did?" I was like, "Yeah." She looks up, she goes, "I love your hair." And I'm like, "Oh, thank you." Literally everywhere I went, every single person in Oklahoma was like, "I love your hair." I'm like, "Thank you. I got it from y'all. It's called a shag." This is a southern, this is a country southern kind of hair. It's like borderline like mullet, you know? Like look how short this hair is on top. But anyway, I just thought it was funny. And then we like got to my grandma's and she's like, "Oh, how is everything?" And my aunt's like, "Good, everybody likes her hair." And I was like, "Yeah." I like my hair too. Although I am fighting it today, but anyway, we have one more box. Ugh. It's a box inside of a box. You wanna y'all wanna take a guess? What could possibly be in this box? Just a gander, just a little guess. If you could just take a guess. This is what I see. Eggs? That is a guess. Happy New Year. Y'all want to take a gander? What could possibly be in here? Are these the is it the glass? Yeah, these are glass bottles. But so okay, I don't know. These may be like the gas station ones. So a long time ago, hold on. I have a story. Which also did not send those. Just a coincidence. Yeah, it probably goes with the other Dr. Pepper. So the Dr. Pepper King, thank you for sending me so much Dr. Pepper. I will be stocked up for at least a week. I could try to open this, but so looking at hold on. I have to cough too, but just give me a second. Okay, so I don't know if I have the lid anymore. I did. I kept it because I thought it was cool. Where's my trinket? Hold on. Trinkets. I don't know where my trinket cup is. So, like a long time ago, right? Someone sent me like a big care package of Dr. Pepper stuff. And it had like Dr. Pepper cotton candy, Dr. Pepper jelly beans, and Dr. Pepper in these glass bottles. And I didn't think anything of it, right? Because I just thought, oh yeah, Dr. Pepper in glass bottles is going to have real sugar. It's going to taste delicious. I opened one and I drank one. And I was like, oh my God. It was the best Dr. Pepper I had ever had in my entire life. And I was like, maybe it's like a fluke, you know, maybe it's just like I really wanted a Dr. Pepper that day. Because Dr. Pepper sometimes like the taste varies day by day. Also, don't drink Dr. Pepper after you've eaten garlic. It makes it taste really gross. The more you know, it changes your taste buds. Anyway, so I drank one and I was like, oh my God, that was delicious. The next day goes by, I'm like, I want to have another one. So I drank one and I was like, this is the best Dr. Pepper I've ever had in my entire life. And I was like, what the hell is it? So I looked it up. To get like a 6-pack of these, it was like $50. And I was like, oh, I'm drinking gold. Like, that is what I'm drinking. So, but the thing is like, the 72 now. I mean, that makes sense with like inflation because I got these in like 2017, 2016. But like, it was the best Dr. Pepper I have ever had. And so I like looked it up, right? And I was like, oh, it's just got real sugar in it, right? That's all it is. So I went to the gas station one day and they had like glass Dr. Pepper bottles, but they looked like this. But it's like, it says, I think this is the pure sugar too, right? Like the cane sugar. I don't know, but I saw this and then I tried it and it would just taste like, you know, it was good, but it just kind of tastes like regular Dr. Pepper. And so I was like, what was in that other one? So one day I will go to where do you reside? Plano, Texas. I'm going to go to Plano, Texas and be like, hello, I am a Dr. Pepper doctor. Give me your soups. But anyway, I do really like the glass bottle ones. I think my favorite goes glass bottle, can, bigger can. No, hold on. glass bottle, soda fountain, unless it's flat. I don't like when it's flat. So soda fountain, because then it's got the extra, if it's got a lot of carbonation, it's like spicy, you know? Soda fountain, can, bigger can, 2-liter, and then bottle. The bottle's my least favorite. Because it just doesn't taste right. Like I'll get it if I'm desperate, you know. If you ever see me drinking a Dr. Pepper and it's in like a bottle that's like this, like a plastic bottle that's like this big, that's how you know I'm desperate. But I want a Dr. Pepper now. It's Monday, and so I was like, I'm trying to be good, right? I'm trying to only have Dr. Pepper on I don't know why I just took this out. I need to not calm down. I need to calm down. Wait, 4-pack? It says it's a 4-pack, but there's 6 in here. All right, I'll take it. I will take it. Okay, I'm gonna put this. Wait. All right, I think that's all the Christmas gifts. Control. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna do it for you. Hold on.
Control yourself, Caitlin. Control yourself.
Anyway. That means you can drink 2 without cheating. What does? Oh, the 4-pack? Well, because, like, I want to drink them every other day, except for the weekends. The weekends, I want to be able to have it on Saturday and Sunday, because that is a little treat. Just a little happy treat. But then, when it's the week, I want to drink them every other day. So if I have one today, I can't have one tomorrow. And, like, what if I really want one tomorrow? But, what if I really want one today? The struggle. Anyway, you want to hear stories? Yep. It's the first day of the year. It's the first day of the year. Let's go. Chapter 1. Isn't that what people say? Say, hope you're having an awesome day. Thank you. I'm having a day. Hey, at least I'm not hungover, right? Hey, everybody raise your hand if you're not hungover. We got that going for us. And y'all better not be driving drunk. I heard way too many people last night driving. And I was like trying to tell myself, like, you know, because, you know, I live in LA, so I'm hungover. Oh, Mighty Matt. Sag. I was telling myself, I was like, Ubers, like, oh, it's Ubers. But I'm always like so afraid of people drunk driving. Because there's way too many people that drunk drive. Like, way too many people. Like, you think like it's not that many. It is a lot. Weed doesn't get you hungover, just saying. True. 14 months, so raise it. Nice. Good job. Surprised I'm not hungover. Built different. Did the Uber. Proud of you. That's good. I was bad. I stayed out till 4 a.m. I'm too old for that. You know what? I played Valorant and I went to bed. Like, I was just like, you know what? I don't normally do things for New Year's anyway, because it's just, ugh, you know? Too much people. I don't know why I opened my water. Anyway, so I crawled home. Jeez. Okay, so. The Sitter. I've been sober 2 years, but that's only because I've been too lazy to get alcohol. You know what? That's like, I feel like if I didn't have the friends that I do, because some of my friends, like, they like to drink, like, they get wine and they get a hot tub. I just don't really think about it, you know? Like, when it comes to alcohol, I'm just like, yeah, like, I'd rather have a Dr. Pepper. Or, like, yeah, like, I'd rather, you know, drink a cherry 7-Up. Or, oh, I'd rather have, like, a spicy Coke. Spicy Coke is just Coke straight out of the fountain. So, like, sometimes if I go to bars with friends, it's like, oh, I'll get this. Oh, I'll get this. I'm like, can I have a Coke? Because it tastes spicy. And then the audacity, they're like, yeah, that'll be $7. I'm like, for a fucking Coca-Cola? Angie. Anyway. So, The Sitter. You ready for the Sitter story? Tortellini. Tortellini, he has some needs. He has a lot of needs. It's Thor. We all know this. So the thing is like, I have a sitter who I normally get. So if I, like, when I went to Vegas for my friend's birthday, or if I go visit my mom, I hire this sitter. We'll call them Sally. I don't know. My brain fried. We'll call them Sally. So Sally, I hired Sally last year, and she seemed really nice. And so she came over, and Thor was obsessed with her shoes. And I was like, I'm so sorry. He likes shoes. If it has like a smell, she's like, oh no, it's totally okay. Showed her everything in the house and blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, I'll have like a cheat sheet, so if you need, like, you know, but if you ever need to text me, like, you know, feel free. And so she's like, okay. So anyway, I found them through an app, right? So I leave. And then while I was gone, you know, they would come and check in on him. Oh my God, I'm having problems. Hold on. I'm dying. Anyway, I don't know what's happening. I felt fine this morning. So, back to the story. So, Sally came in, would check on Thor and stuff, and it would only be for like, it'd be like 30 minutes a day because it was kind of pricey. But I thought 30 minutes, all he just needs is he needs a little socialization, he needs some wet food. And she did a great job. Every time she would come, she'd give him wet food, she'd cuddle him, and then after like the whole visit, they're supposed to like write like how the visit went, because I signed up for, like, I want to know how the visit went. I want pictures, you know. And she, even if it was 30 minutes, she'd write a whole paragraph. I walked in and he was so happy to see me. So I went over, I gave him some wet food, which he really enjoyed. And then we went on the couch and we cuddled for a little bit, but then he wanted to play with the rope. He really likes that rope a whole lot. It's very cute. So then I gave him, so she, like, do. And I was like, I love this. I was like, this is great. And then she would attach like 5 photos. And I'm like, this is a 30-minute visit. This is incredible, right? She did that the whole time. And I came back and then I was like, thank you so much. She's like, oh, thank you. Like, you know, he's a great. And I was like, great. Thank you so much. Tipped her. And I was like, cool. I like this girl. This is great. So then I have to travel again. And I was like, hey, Sally, are you available? She's like, yeah, I am. I was like, okay, cool. Is it okay if I book you for an hour a day this time? She's like, yeah, that'd be great. And I was like, okay, because like, I feel like he gets depressed. And so I feel like 30 minutes not enough. And she's like, yeah. She's like, I totally understand that. He did seem a little depressed, but like, you know, the last time I watched him, and I was like, okay. So then, you know, do the whole thing. This is months separated, by the way. So then she's watching him for an hour this time. He did so good today, blah, 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 blah. He was so cute. Oh, hi, T-Dog. Thank you for subscribing for 74 months. I'm dying. Anyway, Thor did blah, 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 blah. He was so cute, blah, blah, blah. I cleaned his litter, blah, 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 blah. His water was a little low, so I blah, blah, blah. You know, just was so detailed about everything. Every single day was super detailed. And then there was a ton of pictures, and I was like, this is incredible. Right? So I was like, okay, I love this sitter. She does such a good job, and Thor really likes her, and so blah, blah, blah. So then a month before I'm about to leave, right? So I was like, okay, I want to book her again. So I try to book her, and she was like, I'm so sorry, like, I'm not going to be available. And I was like, shit. Because I was like, she already knows, like, how Thor is and, like, how, so I was like, oh, that's okay. Like, I understand it's Christmas time. She may have already been booked, or she may be leaving LA as well, because, transplants, that's what we're called. Even though I've been here for like 10 years now. Am I still technically a transplant? Probably. Anyway. So, I was like, okay, no big deal. I'll find someone else. So, I find another person, and she seems really nice. And I was like, okay, cool. So, like, I'll hire her. So the way that it works on Rover is like you have to pay up front. Anyway, so the day that she's supposed to come, like, you're supposed to like have like a meet and greet, right? Like, you're supposed to have like a meet of the pet, and then you're supposed to show them around the house and everything, blah blah blah. So we decide on a time and date, and that day comes, and it's the time, it's like 3, right? I think I said, oh, like, you can come meet him at 3. 3 rolls around. I ain't hear shit. 3:05 rolls around. Nothing. 3:10 rolls around. And I'm like, so I text her. I'm like, hey, we'll call this person Rebecca. So I was like, hey, Rebecca, are we still good for today? Nothing. And then like 5 minutes later, oh my God, yeah, so I'm so sorry. I'm on my way. I'll be there in 10. And I'm like, okay. So it was like the first meeting was like 30 minutes late. But I was like, maybe she had another person that she had to go do. Like, I'm sure it's fine. So she gets here. She was super apologetic. And I was like, okay, she must have just been running late. So we walk in, and, Thor seems interested, but he's like, who is this person? So I kind of show the apartment. I explain how Thor is. I show where the food is. I tend to be like, when it comes to this, I'm like, okay, so here's the trash, here's the litter, blah, 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 blah. This is how you do this. This is how you feed Thor. Here are the treats. Like, I overload. My bad. But the only thing is that's a little bit different too, right? The only thing that's a little bit different is now Thor has to have 1 scoop of his dry poop food, the one that helps him poop. He now needs that as well. And so I was explaining that, like, he should have normal food, but he needs a scoop of this and blah, blah, blah. And she was like, yeah, okay. She was like, following along. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, I'll have all the paper sheets out so, like, you can read it and blah, blah, blah. She's like, okay. So anyway, it's like a week before I'm about to leave. I'm like, hey, so, like, I'll do this with the keys, because she needs the keys, obviously, to get in the apartment. And she was like, okay, I'll come pick up the fob, because, like, most apartments have fobs, which is, like, a buzzer thing. Anyway, so I was like, okay. I was like, does this time work for you at this day? She's like, yeah, that'll be fine. I'm like, okay. I think it was like 7. So 7, I'm like preparing the apartment and everything. 7 rolls around. 7:15. 7:30. And I'm like, Thor's not going to have a sitter. I was like, I paid someone way too much money. This is the second time they're late. I have shit to do. And so I start panicking. And I'm like, what if they just don't show up for Thor? Like, what if they just, like, what, because I booked every single day for an hour at 3 p.m. because it's important, right? Thor sleeps, especially when he's depressed, right? Because I'm gone, so he's depressed. Now he's sleeping because he's old man. I don't know. But y'all have seen him. He'll come in all day yesterday. He wanted all up in my face. But when I'm gone, he's depressed. So 3 is a good time because it's like he has the whole morning to be comfy in bed, and then he wakes up around like 2 or 3 and it's time for wet food. Because usually I feed him when I first wake up, then I feed him at like 2 or 3, then I feed him at night. Wet food, all wet food, right? So 3 was like the good middle ground, right? Right? Because then after 3, you know, it leaves at 4. Then at 4, he has the nighttime to patrol the house or sleep, right? And then he sleeps through the night and the next morning. Anyway, 3 just seemed like the good time. So 7:30 rolls around. I'm waiting with the fob and I'm like, what the hell? So I text Rebecca, almost said Sally, Rebecca. And I'm like, hey, Rebecca, what's your ETA? Didn't hear anything for like 10 minutes. And I was like, Rebecca took my money and ran. I was like, what the hell? And so then Rebecca's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm like 5 minutes away. I'm like, okay, no worries. And I'm like, maybe it's the holidays time. She's super busy. I was like, that's a little weird though. Cause like we decided on this time, you know, and this is the second time this has happened. I was like, maybe it's fine. Maybe it's fine. So then Rebecca gets here and she's like, it was like pouring down rain. She was like covered in rain. She's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, no, it's okay. It's okay. I was like, yeah, maybe she just parked far and had to run in the rain. Like, I don't know. Maybe it'll be fine. So give her the fob, blah, 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 blah. And then put the keys in a spot that, you know, are very secretive. So like at the morning that I'm leaving, I put the keys in a spot, told her where it is. I don't want to say in case, you know, people are weird. Put the keys in a spot, and then I went to the airport. So Rebecca was supposed to come at 3 p.m., right? Every day. So I land in Oklahoma, and Oklahoma is 2 hours ahead of LA. So I would have got notified at 5 p.m. every day. Sorry, I couldn't come on time. I was busy. See, this is why listen, don't fuck with me like this. Because listen, I am so petrified. I'm so petrified because like she was staying in she's not staying here, but she would come visit my apartment, right? She can see all this, right? All you gotta do, all you gotta do, all you gotta do is Google my name and then see I'm a Twitch streamer. You can even see this and be like, Twitch streamer, right? And so I was like, do I talk about this on stream? Or do I not talk about this on stream? Because I was like, what if? You know, like, what if? They're like, oh, I want to see what she... Right? Scary. But then it's like, what's going to happen, you know? It's not like I left her a review on the website. I thought about it. But anyway. Anyway, I'm too paranoid. Book Sally super in advance. Well, that's the thing. I don't know if Sally may have gone home for Christmas. That's what may have been the problem. Anyway, so I get to Oklahoma and I land and blah, 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 blah. And I think every time Rebecca checks in, like every time Rebecca's like gets to the house and starts the timer, like, yes, I am now with the cat. So I think the first day she got here an hour early. So she got here at 2 instead of 3. And I was like, maybe she got confused. I was like, maybe she thinks it's 2 to 3. But I was like, it's 3 to 4. Like it says on the website, I booked from 3 to 4. And even beforehand, you can say like, oh, like 3 doesn't work for me. Can we do 12? Or like you can, you know, there is that. So like 3 was fine. The dates were fine. The hour is fine. Everything was fine. So I was like, okay, well maybe, you know. And then she did say like, oh, like on Christmas Day, is it okay if I'm like a little delayed? And I was like, yeah, of course, that's fine. Like Christmas Day, like I understand you're spending it with your family, but Thor does need to get checked in on, just, you know. Anyway, so I was like, okay, maybe she had something she really had to do today, so that's why she went at 2. The next day, she checks in at 12. And I was like, 12? He's supposed to be seen at 3. 3. Next day. 1. The next day. 10 a.m. The next day. 1. The next day, 4 p.m. I was like, every single day I would get an update that she was checking in with him. I was like, this isn't 3. Not once did she check in at 3. And I was like, this is not good for him, because Thor has to eat wet food at a certain time, right? Otherwise he throws up, and I told her that. And so the first day she checked in, she was like, yeah, he threw up twice on a Christmas thing, but I cleaned it. And this is the other thing too. This is what, so I remember how I told you Sally has like this big of paragraphs? This is what I got. I walked in today and Thor threw up twice on a Christmas thing, but I cleaned it. And then one picture of him doing this. And I was like, okay. Next day goes by. No update, just photo. The next day goes by. And it's just, he threw up again, but I cleaned it. One more picture of Thor. The next day goes by. And it's, big boy's doing good. One picture. I'm like, hello? Like, I was like, what? I need updates. Like, what did he throw up on for starters? What, like, where did he throw up? Like, what is happening? Yeah, like, literally, I texted Jewel because I was like, dude. I was like, she just said, big boy's doing good. And like, hello? And then I also, too, because, like, Thor's nails are really sharp, so I always wonder, I always, like, warned her, like, hey, his nails are sharp. And so there was one where she was like, oh, he was pretty aggressive today. His nails are really sharp. And I was like, yeah, I told he didn't throw up when I was with him before. Yeah, but also, Jewel, you fed him on time. Like, when I told you Thor needs to eat, you did it. Like, and also, too, you were able to do it the amount of times that he needed. But it was just one of those things where, like, every day I was like, well, when she's going to check up on him now? When is she going to check up on him now? Because I would, like, be eating breakfast and it'd be like, do, Thor is getting checked up on. And I'm like, it is 10 a.m. I don't even wake up at 10 a.m. I do. But, like, I was like, what? I was so confused. And then the cake, the topping cherry sprinkle of the cake. Ready? So, I told Rebecca to put the keys in a very certain spot. Because the very certain spot is a very good spot, right? So, I told Rebecca, put the keys here so I can get into the building. And Rebecca was like, got it, right? I'm at the airport. Rebecca does her last check-in with Thor. Way too early, mind you. Like 11. Does the check-in with Thor. And then texts me, I left the keys under the mat. Really? The mat. The first place people are going to look for keys to an apartment. The mat. The mat. Where they also clean the hallways almost every day. And they pick up, y'all, I don't know if y'all ever, like when we're streaming and I'm like, what's that noise? And it's just people cleaning. They pick up all the mats. I didn't know if it's going to be cleaning that day. And so I was like, and the thing is, because she put the keys there, she now cannot get into the building. And so I was like, cool. Great. Love that. Fantastic. So then I get home and luckily the keys are there. I had set the house alarm just in case someone discovered the keys and tried to open my door and then the alarm would go off. Because I have it set to where if I don't respond to the alarm, police come. Like, there's no question. Police just come. Because, you know, people are psychos and I'm afraid of people being weird and coming. So, haha, protect yourself, especially if you're on the internet. So, I walk in and Thor is waiting by the door and he's like, meow, meow. And he sees it's me and he goes, meow. And just starts screaming. I'm literally just closing my eyes and clicking on random streams. What's happening here? I'm talking about my cat and the cat sitter I hired. He just starts wailing. And I was like, Thor. I was like, hi, buddy. And he's like, rah, rah, like rubbing up against me. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like because the thing is, Sally, the good sitter, would show up on the to the dot, like to the dot at 3 every single time. And then I would get this big of a paragraph and like 5 photos. And so I was like, I wanted, like, legitimately, I wanted to text her and be like, or I can't text her technically because it's through an app. So I wanted to like message her and be like, dude, you are the best sitter I've ever had. Because like she's like before Sally, I had someone else who just like straight up didn't show up one day. And I was like, were you supposed to check on him? And she was like, oh, yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. And I'm like, I paid you for today. Like, what? Anyway, people are wild. And so that's why like this one girl, like Sally, was incredible. And so I'm like, oh my God. But now I'm getting emails from the website that I use. It's like, oh, do you want to tip Rebecca? Do you want to leave a review? And I'm like, if I left a review, it wouldn't be a very good one. Anyway, so Thor he has been sleeping everywhere I go. He goes, like, literally everywhere. When I woke up this morning and I was on like the sliver of the bed, he was in the middle, just sleeping away. Also, I have to go blow my nose, but I'll be right back. This head cold is a bitch. Anyway. Oh, Lebdeary, thank you for subscribing for 50 months. I need to take Mucinex in a minute, I think. I leave a review. She's a good person. She'll take constructive criticism, not at least you're warning a little bit. Well, see, here's the thing. This is something that you kind of have to take into account. I'm also just very paranoid. All right, I want you to know that I am a very paranoid person, right? I'm like, what if somehow if I leave a bad review, she somehow leaks my address? Yeah, see, Stingray knew after I move. Yeah. Well, you have like, I think you can only have like 2 weeks to leave a review, but I'm like scared, like, what if, I don't know. It just like the whole thing was just weird. And it was one of those things where I was like, you know what? I just won't. Thor's alive. He's alive. Because at the end of the day, he has an automatic water and he has an automatic dry food. So he's alive. It's just he needs wet food to help process his body because he's older. And he needs socialization because if he doesn't get it, he gets depressed. So at the end of the day, he's alive. He lived. He's good. He didn't get out. He didn't starve. He didn't get dehydrated and pass, So like he's alive. We got that going for us. Woohoo! But it was also one of those things where I was like, damn, like I want Sally. But Christmas is over and I don't really have any like new recent plans and no poop present hidden anywhere. As far as I know, like there was one day where she updated me. She's like, he had a little accident outside of his litter box. That was the update. He had a little accident outside of his litter box, and I was like, I'm so sorry. Thank you. But anyway, he hasn't thrown up once since I've gotten back. He hasn't had any poop problems since I gotten back. He has been pooping though. Let me tell you something. He poops and it's like a little stink bomb went off because he goes and then runs away. I'm sat here. I'm like, okay, when's it gonna hit me? And then 2 seconds later, because he runs, so he gets the air with it, and I'm like, ugh. So then I go, dude, hold on. I have to show you this picture. I was cleaning his litter yesterday because he pooped, and it was so bad. It was disgusting. So I go to clean it, and I look up and look at he ran away, right? He ran. He heard me cleaning his litter, and he comes back to watch me. He just, like, look, he just stood there like a little psycho and watched me. We're paying you for leaving him. Listen, either I left or he came with me, and I don't think he would like. I don't think he would like being on a plane. I think that would be one of his 9 lives gone if I had to take him on a plane. You know, he's too old for that. Anyway, that is my update. How was y'all's New Year's? How was your Christmas? What did y'all get for Christmas? I got gift cards. But I was also traveling, so it's fine by me. My gift was seeing my family. You do great. I'm only kidding. I know, it's okay. Did you imagine Thor on an airplane? Christmas was Paul got a new office chair. Nice. Is it the Diva one? I ordered myself a laptop that'll get here in 3 to 6 months? Christmas was stressful, chaotic, but good. Got a sword off Santa. Damn. you can still get stuff from Santa. It's a pre-order? Oh, that would be why. Dude, like, I don't know, 6 years ago, like, I woke up one morning, I think I was at my mom's or something, and I walked out and I was like, where's the Santa gift? She's like, oh, you're too old for that now. And I was like, oh, okay. It's when I died inside. No more Santa, no more life. This is vodka. It's not. Why is Evian water so good, by the way? No, it's absolute Unova chair. Put a pic in Discord after I got putting it together. How long did it take you? Like 3 hours? Listen, when someone says an absolute unit of a chair, I imagine like a throne. This comes from France? No. Do they ship all this water from France? Took me and my uncle like an hour. Oh, you got help? So special, that water's so good. I know! It's like soft. I don't know how else to describe it. Made by the French Alps. You telling me this is French water? Do you know my ancestry has some French in it? It's white. My whole ancestry is just white. Like, you look at it and you're like, wow, that's white. And I'm like, yep, sure is. I'm a Fiji. Dude, Fiji water is also good. Can we all agree that Dasani is ass water? If you say Dasani is good, you're lying to yourself. Dasani is ass water. Like, imagine being in a shower and the water is dripping down your ass crack and they're holding it, a bottle at the bottom of it, and the water going down the ass crack is going into the water bottle. That is Dasani. You're not wrong. Thank you. Dasani is disgusting. Thank you. Can't call it ass water because I don't know what ass water tastes like. You know what, Stingray? We can make comparisons without knowing. I don't know what ass water tastes like either, but, you know, I imagine it tastes like Dasani. It's also like when people are like, oh, what does cilantro taste like to you? Does it taste like soap? I'm like, no, it tastes like poison. Like, oh, have you had poison? Do you know what poison tastes like? I'm like, no, dumbass, I don't know what poison tastes like, but I imagine that's what it tastes like, is cilantro. Nathan, thank you for subscribing. Oh, sorry. Nathan _966. I have to start reading out the numbers now, so just, you know. Just saying. Monster Tour water for the win. Dude, I had to force myself to drink that stuff. Did you get anything cool for Christmas? The makeup palette. I got the makeup palette, and then I got a lot of gift cards. It's mostly gift cards. I'm trying to think. When's it birthday? Oh yeah, he liked it. When he opened it up, because he knew it was a painting, because I told him I'm going to give you a painting. And when he opened it, he was like, oh, And everyone in the room was like, what is it? And he's like, there's a 2-second part like clip in SpongeBob where it's literally a 2-second clip out of the entire show, and she painted that, and everyone's like, oh wow. No one else really got it, but I think everybody else liked their gifts though. I hope everybody else liked their gifts. I'm trying to look. Oh yeah, you want to see why I got my grandma? Because I think it was Home Goods. I was at Home Goods, and this was after Christmas. I think it was the day before. Because you know when you blow your nose a lot, you get like dry right here. It was really dry, but I think it's done now. Sorry, I got distracted. Anyway, so I think it was the day before I was about to leave, and I was at Home Goods, and I saw this, and I was like, I passed by it, and I touched it. I was like, oh, it's really soft. That's really cute. Then I walked away, and I was like, I think my grandma would like it. Keep in mind, my grandma is old, and anyway. And so I was like, I think she would like it. So I went and picked it up, and I was like, I went over to my aunt, and I was like, oh, do you think my grandma would like this? She's like, oh, I think she would like it. And I was like, okay. So my grandma, keep in mind, very old. So I get there, and we walk in, and I'm like, hey, I was like, I have something for you. She goes, oh, what is it? And I pulled, it was this. It was like, it's not a legitimate Squishmallow, but it was as soft as a Squishmallow of a gingerbread man. And he was so cute. And I was like, there was 2 of them. And I was like, I kind of want one. But I was like, oh, I shouldn't. Like, I should just get one for her. So I pulled this out of the bag, and I was like, I got you a gingerbread man. And so I gave it to her. And like, I want you to imagine like this little old woman just getting so excited. She's like, oh, and like grabbed it and gave it a big hug and like went like this. She's like, I love it. I love it. She's like, oh, he's so cute. He's so cute. And I was not expecting that reaction. Like I knew, I thought she would like it, but I didn't know she would like it that much. And I was like, yeah, you can like have him watch the TV with you. Cause like she watches a lot of TV cause it's not much for her to do cause she's old. But anyway, I was like, yeah, you can watch TV with you. She's like, oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. And I was like, yay. So I did that. My cousins have kids, and they're very little. And the last time I saw them, they were like 1.5, and now they're almost 4. So it didn't make any sense to me. But when I walked in and saw them, for like the kids, not my cousins, but like the kids, which the kids are my cousins technically, because it's like, the whole weird. Anyway, I walk in, and they're like, for context, I have a different name I go by in my family. Y'all aren't allowed to call me that. You're not allowed to know it. It floats out there, but like, anyway, I don't want y'all to call me it. So for context, we'll just go with Caitlin. This 4-year-old's like, Caitlin's here, Caitlin's here. Started doing laps around the house. Caitlin's here. And I was like, huh? Because like, I live in California. I don't see them all that often. So I'm like, why is it a big deal that I'm here? And so he runs to my cousins, and he's like, Caitlin's here. They're like, oh, really? And he's like, Caitlin's here. And he runs over to me, and he goes, let's go play. I'm like, okay. So then we go into a room, and we start playing with toys. And he like brings out like these old like Tinker toys that like my uncles had when they were little. And then like pulls out like the Legos and is like, oh, let's play with the Legos. Hold on, where's my Lego creations? So like I made him like little dinosaurs that he could destroy out of Legos, which the Legos were mine when I was little. But it was just so funny the whole time. Anywhere I would go, can we go do this? Actually, will you come play with me? Will you do? Just so talkative, and I'm like, why did I get chosen? But anyway, I just thought it was funny because I was like, last time I saw you was like 2 years ago, and how do you know who I am? When it's funny too, because like, so I have 2 cousins on my dad's side of the family, and both of them like have families and got kids, right? So I went to go visit my other cousin because they live in California. I went to go visit them for a little bit, and when I walked in, her kids were also like, oh, Caitlin, let's go see my room, and then like took me up to the room, and I'm like, because they're like shy at the same time, but at the same time they're like, they want to show me everything. I'm like, I don't know what it is about me, but okay. But it also kind of was a little scary because then they're like, oh, you'd be such a good mom, and I'm like, I'm a kid. I'm still a kid. I know I'm gonna be 32 this year, but because that's the thing too, right? If my cousins came here with the kids, this is like, look how colorful it is. You telling me a little kid wouldn't come over here start pulling all this shit off, and I'm here like, oh, don't touch that, don't touch. Like, you can't tell a kid not to touch that. Like, you know, they're toys. They're toys. They're meant to be touched. I'm just 31. I never grew up, you know, but like a little kid, like you can't tell them not to touch it. But at the same time, like snotty nose, I don't want that on my, you know, Pokemon. But anyway, it was fun. I don't know how I got on that subject. Did y'all ask me what I wanted for Christmas? What I got for Christmas? I don't know. So anyway, back to y'all. Y'all got good presents? Did you have a good time? Did you say 42? 57 actually. What'd you get for Christmas? I got Home Goods gift card. I got Barnes and Noble gift card. I got TJ Maxx gift card. Did I say TJ Maxx? I said Home Goods. Target gift card. Amazon gift cards. I got a lot of Amazon gift cards. Which, oh my god, by the way, there's a specific stuffed animal that I have had in my, I don't know if it's in the Kate wish list. I think it's just, no, it wasn't in the Kate wish list. I don't think. I have my own wish list of just like, oh, would I want this? Do I not want this? Do I want this? Do I not want this? So I put it in the wish list so I can go back and look at it later. There's been a stuffed animal that I've wanted. It has been in my wish list for 2 years, if not more. Because I never bought it because it was $250. And that's too much. That is too much for a plushie. That is a plushie. No, that's too much. And so I was like, for one, if I put it in the Kate's wish list, I would feel so guilty if somebody bought that for me and the plush was that much money. That's insane. For a plush, and then also I was like, well, what if the price drops one day? You know, like what if the price drops one day and it, you know, it never did. For 2 years, it never did. And I was like, damn. Like I would just go to Amazon. I would just stare at it. I'm like, I want that so bad. I want that so bad. So anyway, I opened Amazon because I wanted to put in my Amazon gift card stuff, right? And I'm like, oh, let's just look at my wish list, right? Let's just go look at my wish list, see if there's anything that, you know, piques my interest. And I see the stuffed animal plush is 55% off. And I was like, you son of a bitch. Like, you son of a bitch. 2 years. 2 years. So it gets here Thursday. That's why I spent all of my Amazon money on was a plush. But it'll be an excellent addition to our horde. It's gonna be good. Better show on stream. He'll be right there. And better yet, we'll be matching clothes. I'm so excited. Anyway, so also too, no stream tomorrow. Because I wasn't gonna stream today. Because if I'm not streaming, if I'm just gonna start the Wednesday through Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, but it's the first of the year, so huzzah! And then also I wanted to tell y'all that I was at least gonna be doing that. Haley Williams said, I don't have a sister. I got 2 brothers that we made mud pies with and threw at each other. That's best I got. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the week. So no stream tomorrow because I'm gonna go view the apartment, and it's Tuesday. But Wednesday we should be back to normal. And I also like listen. Help me out. Here's my question. Say hypothetically, right? Say I go view the apartment tomorrow and I love it. Like say I love it and everything is wonderful and beautiful, and say we get the 3rd, 4th, 5th. I'm trying to think of what the apartment, I don't know, the highest floor. Say we get the highest floor, right? The roof. I don't know. I don't know how big apartments get. Anyway, so say we get the biggest of the flooreth, right? Flooreth. I said that right. Top floor, great views. Say it's perfect, right? Everything is great. and say they're like, okay, you can move in here January 17th. I don't know, right? That gives us a lot of time to like move and, take our time and blah, blah, blah. We could do a packing stream. But here's my thought process, right? Because this year I do want to try for that thing, the Twitch thing that Rin did, the 70-30 thing with the subs. Is it gonna be hard? Yup. Do I think I can do it? Nope. But we could at least try. Like, it's better than just not doing it. Like, we could at least try, and it's like, if we don't do it, it's like, well, I tried. And we could keep trying at the end of the day, because like, streaming is you go tit. We could at least try. I don't have a whole lot of faith in me, but Rin, when I talked to Rin about it, she was like, I believe in you. I really think you can do it. I was like, I don't. She's like, no, I think you can do it. So we'll see. The only thing is, like, obviously I want to be like, yeah, let's fucking do it. Let's do it now. Let's get it started. But if I'm moving, I'm going to have to take like 2 weeks off a stream, which is going to greatly affect, because I have to stream. Rin does how many hours did Rin do? Because she would do it a lot, right? But I also don't want to burn myself out. But it's like, moving is so stressful, especially when it comes to me, because I get really stressed over everything. And also too, what if, like, here, think of this too, right? What if I go tomorrow and I hate it? And I get there and I'm like, ugh, roaches, Or what if they're like, oh, we don't have like a top unit. Like, we don't have a 5th floor. We don't have a blah, blah, blah. No, it's not available. Like, what then? Then I have to keep looking, right? Which is fine, expected. I don't want to just jump at the first place I find. But this is like the worst time. This is the worst time for me to have to like look for apartments if I want to start the partner thing. So my question, what do y'all think I should do? Like, what do you think? Do you think it would still be possible, or should I not put that much amount of energy into it just yet? Because the thing is too, like, it's January. I may move the first week of February, like that. But then we have that issue. But then I have to get the internet installed, and then I have to do, move everything. And then it's just, there's like a lot of things that make me concerned, Starting March since February is shorter anyway. But that's like 2 months. And that's the thing, is like, that's so far. But then maybe in March, I'll have a better opportunity to do it, It'll be a lot to deal with. Yeah, and especially with how I am. Listen, if you are my friend, I'm sorry, y'all are not. No parasocial. Okay, example. Jewel. Jewel is my IRL friend. When Jewel comes to me, say she has a problem with, God, I don't know. Say Jewel comes to me with a problem, and she's like, this is happening, and this, and this, and this, and this. I take it to, like, here, and I'm like, oh no, then I get stressed out over her problems, and I'm like, my therapist is trying to help me, like, not do that, because she's like, does it involve you? And I'm like, no. She goes, okay, not your problem. I'm like, but she's going through it, and then she's telling me about it, and then I get stressed out. She goes, yeah, why are you doing that to yourself? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, anyway, so anytime I have a friend that's going through something, I'm like, this is your problem? This is my problem. And they're like, is it? And I'm like, yep, I'm stressed out now. I don't know why I do that. I have my whole life. Anyway, so when it comes to my own problems, I'm like, like, I can't handle it. Like, obviously I can. I'm an adult. Like, I can handle it. But it stresses me out. I'm not happy. I feel like I have to be like, especially with moving. Because then, like, listen. Say I go tomorrow and I love it, and I apply and I get it. And then say they're like, all right, we got to fix up some stuff, but you can move in. What did they say? The 17th? The 17th. You can move in the 17th. I'd be like, great. So then I have to book movers, and I have to hope that the movers are good. And I do a thing, right? Because I have a lot of plushies, and I have a lot of blankets, and I have a lot of clothes. The clothes are less so because you can put them in boxes and like it stacks. Plushies take up a lot of space. I don't trust movers. If I put my plushies in trash bags, they're just gonna into the trash and into the truck, and then the bags are gonna rip, and then the plushies are gonna spill out, and they're gonna get all dirty and contaminated. And some of the plushies you can't clean very good, right? I have OCD. Hey, anyway, it's just contamination OCD. Okay, it's not like, oh, I have to. Well, sometimes. Okay, listen. If I'm anxious, then it's like I have to touch all the corners of the desk 4 times. If I don't touch the corners of the desk, someone's gonna die. Also working on that through therapy. Thanks for asking. No one asked. I'm just rambling. Okay, anyway, so when I move, I always try to take the plushies over beforehand, like before the movers, so that way they don't, get my friends dirty. Cuz like look, I have big Totoro, little Totoro, all of them. There's more in my room too. I do have a problem. Thank you for asking. So if like I do, but then it's also like the apartment's not close to here. So it'd be a lot of trips. Plus just go in and secure the new home. Yeah. But then it's like I could take over more stuff too. And then I could leave the big stuff. But then I also run into the issue of y'all see how many trinkets I have? I have lots of trinkets. What if I don't have space in the new place for the trinkets? I fear that because then I have to get rid of some trinkets and that makes me sad. Stopping at a stoplight with a car full of plushies, the person next to you looking like it wouldn't be the first time. Wouldn't be the first time. You've seen how many times I've moved. Listen, the plushies are always they're the first to go. I remember when Jewel was helping me move to here. I think it was just like for one trip, but we were carrying in the plushies, and she'd like walk in. She's like, "Where do I put these?" I'm like, "Anywhere the movers will not go." Like anywhere. So we like went and put them in the bedroom, like in the closet, because I was like, I don't want them stepping on them because they do. Movers don't give a shit. Movers are like, we carry couch, we bring couch inside, couch heavy, we set couch down, we go get boxes. Like they'll walk all over your carpet with their boots on. They'll walk all over your rugs with their boots on. They'll walk all over your plushies, your clothes, the couch, like pillows, anything that's on the ground. That's the floor. That is the floor for the movers because they're busy. They got one track mind. We got to get the plates into the kitchen. Actually, you know what? The last few movers I had, they just took everything into the living room and just left it. And I was like, yeah, sure. I'll carry this really heavy thing that says books over here. Sure, I can do that. I mean, I can, but I didn't want to. Oh, my books. Oh, my books. Oh, I forgot how heavy the books are gonna be. Oh my god, my Lego. Two trips. Plushies and then Lego. Oh god. Step 1, rent a box truck. Step 2, leg day. Oh. You know what? I do have 2 friends that owe me. If only I had a tall and strong dude friend to help you move. Shame. I do. Well, one of them's tall. The other one's not that tall. Don't tell him I said that. I have 2 friends. And I've helped them move twice. So they owe me. I do have a very short friend. He can't reach shelves though. So I'll just have to give him the plushies to take to the car. I do actually have like 3. Oh, hey. Hey, buddy. I wasn't talking about you. I moved everything's in my bed, biggest TV, a couch, and a washer dryer in my Corvette. Okay, I read that and I understood. But the last little bit of the of that sentence, my brain was like, he did that in the Corvette. I'm like, no, ma'am, that's not what we read. And my brain's like, yeah, he did it in the Corvette. He moved the washer dryer in the Corvette. I'm like, that's not what we read. And it's like, nope, that's what it is. And so I just imagine like this little Corvette with a bed, TV, couch, and washer and dryer in a Corvette just driving on a highway with that. Anyway. So I could, possibility. Could possibly do this Corvette, but it would be more work. It'd be a lot of work. Oh, packing is going to be so much work. I also, too, I think I need to get rid of both of Thor's cat towers. Because the big one, the good one, I think it's done. It is done. Also, Thor, I think I need to take him to the vet again for an x-ray. Because he's fine when he gets the zoomies. He like runs up the stairs perfectly fine. He can jump up my nightstand and he can jump up onto the couch. But he has not really been able to jump up on the bed all too good. And like it started a few months ago, but like lately it's getting worse. And like when I took him to the vet a year ago with the poop problems and they did the x-ray, they're like, oh yeah, he's getting a little bit of arthritis in his hind legs. And I don't know if that's like multiplied. So I want them to check it just to make sure that it's not like something worse. But it could also like, I don't know, he is chunky. So it could just, he's chunky and he's older. So it's harder for him to jump on the bed. It doesn't stop him. He just uses his claws. He jumps up, is like, and pulls himself up. But that's on my list of things I gotta do. But yeah, because like, point of me saying that he hasn't climbed in his cat towers. He kind of climbs in the other one, but he has not been lately. Ow! Why does this hurt so much? What the heck? I have to keep bandages on them for 2 weeks. It just looks like a hole. I would show you, but it's kind of gross. It is so, also though, the mole, I know we're back on the mole thing, that was by my belly button. When I was like, because I took off the band-aid to like reapply Vaseline, because that's what they said to do, and Vaseline, and put another band-aid on. So I took off the band-aid and I looked, and it is so, I've had that mole belly button, I've had that since I was 12. And so looking in the mirror and there's no mole, I'm like, who is that? It is so bizarre to see that. I cannot fathom seeing myself without mole next to belly button, you know? I thought about too, like, maybe I could get it like tattooed on, but I think it's still too far. 2 weeks of bandages for a mole hole. I only kept bandages over a hole for my burn for like 4 days. That's what they said. I think it's because they want it to not scar. But I don't know. They just said to do that. I think it's gonna heal way quicker. So if it like heals, then you know. I'm not Hold on. I swear to God, I'm not LGBT. Okay. So no, I'm friendly. This is a friendly place. Very friendly. But I like men, but I'm like on the spectrum of asexual, and I know asexual, I think, is in the LGBTQIA, right? That's like the full one. But because I like men and only men, I don't feel like I would be a part of it because you know, does that make sense? I don't know if I'm making sense. Basically, my whole life, someone's like, sex, and I'm like, ew, you know? As my gut reaction. LGBTQIA is the full thing. Okay. Sometimes I just get confused. There's a lot of letters, and I'm like, I have the attention span of a diaper, you know? You know what's funny? Did I ever tell y'all, like, when I was in school, I went to a private school for a little too long, but, oh my God, I saw the light change and that scared me. Anyway, sorry. So I went to a Christian school, a private Christian school. Anyway, and so when I was in the health class, when we're supposed to be learning about health stuff, we were writing letters to our future husbands. And I don't know if I told y'all this. So I remember sitting there, I'm like, what do I want to write to my future husband? I'm like, this is weird. My best friend was sitting next to me, and she's like, la 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 la, writing. And I was like, oh, I know what I want to write. And so I started writing. I'm not going to tell you everything of what's in it, because obviously it's for my future husband. I think I still have it. I don't know where it is. I know I still have it. But I basically wrote in it, please do not force me to do things that I don't want to do. Which was sex. Because my friend would be like, oh yeah, like you're going to have sex when you're married. And I'm like, no, I'm not. That's gross. No, 15. I was 15. And she's like, yeah, you are. Like, you have to marry someone, you're gonna have sex. I'm like, nope, that's gross. I don't want to. That's gross. I don't want to have sex. She's like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I don't want to have sex. I don't know. But yeah, that's why I wrote that. Please don't make me do anything I don't want to do. And I know like normal people would read that and be like, oh yeah, she doesn't want to like, take out the trash, or she doesn't want to have to, do this, or she doesn't want to have to go out and hang out with your friends. Nope. I didn't want to bump up. I didn't want to bump anything. I just wanted to play Harvest Moon and watch Star Wars. Like that was all I wanted. And like granted now, like I'm older and I've experienced life and stuff, but it's like if I'm not into anybody, I might as well be a mannequin, dude. I'm just chilling, watching Star Wars and playing Harvest Moon. Pardinator, thank you for subscribing for 34 months. Do I sound like I have a head cold? Because sometimes I feel like I sound like I have a head cold. It's quite frustrating, but it's better. It's getting better because now I can hear. I think. I may have gotten used to it. No, I can hear. You sound normal? You're saying I always sound like this? Oh God. Because the thing is, it's like it's stuck here. I can feel it, But like when I blow my nose, nothing comes out. Well, not a lot. Haha. Do y'all have any predictions for 2024? Do y'all want to hear something gross? Do you want to hear something gross? We're all gonna feel old as shit. You ready for this? 2014 is now 10 years ago. Why would you shush me? Haha, bitches. I can talk now. Anyway, before I was rudely interrupted. Who did it? By Snort Dog. What was I saying? Oh yeah, 2014 was 10 years ago now. Do you know what happened in 2014? Do you know what happened in 2014? I don't know if y'all were here, but Warped Tour. I went on Warped Tour in 2014. That's so nasty. I know. Like literally around this time 10 years ago, I was getting emails being like, "Oh, like would you like to do this? Would you like to be a part of this?" And I was like signing paperwork and stuff. That was 10 years ago. Someone's throwing something outside. 10 years ago in the summer. A road trip to Portland, but you flying off the car seat was almost 10 Yeah. Well, that was 9 years ago, right? Because I was on the Warped that I didn't go on. Yeah. Ugh. Good times. Kinda. Can I tell that story? Ish. To a degree. That means we've known each other for 11 years. Well, because, like, I was actually thinking about that yesterday. About how, like, because technically we've known each other for, like, 10 years. It's not 11 because I moved. Oh shit. This July will be my 11 year in LA. Oh, I'm gonna throw up. Anyway, yeah, we've known each other for a long time. So 9 years ago, long time ago. I don't even know what, like, someone that Jewel and I were friends with, they wanted to go to Portland to the Warp Tour in Portland. And I loved driving through Northern California and I love Oregon. So I was like, oh, we'll just do a girls' road trip and we'll all go, we'll take turns driving and we'll drive up, we'll take like little pit stops, we'll take girly photos, and then we'll get to Portland and it'll be great. That is not how that went. I drove the whole time. Almost. Well, was it going there or coming back? No, it was going there. It was going there, right? It was fun for you and me. So Jewel was sitting in the passenger side. I was driving. I drove for a very, 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 very long time. And then Jewel swapped, and Jewel drove for a little bit. Who would ever put you in that position? Yeah, Inbird. Haha. Who would ever do that to me? Who would ever? Who? Yours was a little different though, technically. Because we had pit stops, like genuine pit stops. We were just going straight from LA to Portland. Kind of. Well, we did anyway, so we were driving up and then Jewel would I would drive I drove 6 hours and then Jewel would drive 2 hours and then I would drive 3 hours. The third person that was with us would just be texting her boyfriend in the back seat. Wouldn't talk to us, wouldn't do anything, was just there. And it got to a point where I was exhausted and I didn't want to drive anymore. And so I was like, Jewel, can you drive? And Jewel's like, the other person should drive. She hasn't driven at all. And I was like, okay, can I sleep in the back seat? I'm so tired, I shouldn't be driving. And so we're like, hey, person in the back seat, can you drive? And she's like, oh, really? Threw a big fit. And we're like, we've both been driving all day. It's your turn. And I had booked a hotel in Portland. And we were supposed to get there at my, according to my calculations, we were supposed to get there at 11 or 12, nighttime, 11 p.m. or 12 midnight. And then we were going to check out at 7 a.m., go to Warp Tour. So we're pulled over and I'm like, person in the back seat, please, can you drive? And they're like, oh, fine. So we swap. I get in the back seat and I'm like, oh, yes, I can sleep. I was like, I just need 2 hours, it's whatever. Because that's when I was young and youthful, I could drive. So I get in the back seat and we start driving. And this is stupid of me. I didn't have a seatbelt on. But, I figured, nothing could happen, right? So I'm laying down and I have a small car. It was 3 a.m. No, it wasn't 3 a.m. It was I think it was 1 a.m. because we were close, but we weren't that close. No, it may have been 3 a.m. actually, now that I think about it. It was the middle of the night, right? Obviously, I'm exhausted. I've been driving all day. So I'm in the back seat and I'm laying down in my back seat of my little Hyundai, right? And I'm just about to fall asleep. It takes me a bit to fall asleep because I'm, 1, paranoid about someone else driving my car. 2, paranoid because I'm going to be asleep, someone else is driving my car. 3, paranoid to sleep. And it's also hard for me to sleep. Anyway, so I'm laying in the back seat of the car. Just as I'm about to fall asleep, the driver, not Jewel, the other person, shrieks and slams on the brakes so hard that my whole body just goes into the back of Jewel's seat and the driver's seat. I face plant into the seat. And Jewel is like, what the fuck? And the person's like, I'm sorry, I thought I saw something in the road. I can't drive. Someone else drive. So they pull over and I'm like, I sit up and I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And Jewel's like, I don't fucking know. And the person's like, I don't want to try. I shouldn't drive. I can't. I'm like, okay, I'll drive. And so I get out and I get into the driver's seat and I'm sitting there and Jewel's like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, and Jewel's also trying not to laugh because I just ate it. And so I'm sitting there, I'm like, how far away are we? I think we were 3 hours. 3 hours away from the hotel. And it's 3 a.m. So we did all driving for them. Yeah. And so the backseat person just happily goes back to texting their boyfriend. And I drive us to the hotel. By the time we get to the hotel, the sun is rising. It is bright, the sun is rising. And the person who was texting their boyfriend, who had slept in the back of the seat the whole day, was like, oh, can we just go to Warped Tour? Can we just go to Warped? Like, can we just go to Warped now? And I was like, no. I was like, I booked this hotel. Technically, me and Jewel both paid for it. We had to beg the other person for money, which was weird. Did we even ever get that money? Anyway, so Jewel's like, no, we need to rest at least for 2 hours. And I was like, Jewel, I need 4 hours. Like, I drove so much, please. So the only downside is we were checking in at like 6 a.m., 7. And I walk in and there's 2 women at the front desk, right? Yeah, I didn't sleep. I don't know if you catnapped in the car, but like, so we get to the hotel, sun is up. And I walk in and the 2 ladies like, hello, are you checking in? And I was like, yeah. So the thing is, we were supposed to get here at 11 p.m. and we're here now. And we have to check out at 9 a.m. And it was like 7, right? And I'm like, is there any way we could just sleep for like 2 hours? Can I still check into this hotel room? They're like, oh my God, yeah, okay, we can give you late checkout too, like for free, like don't worry about it. They were so nice. I guess I looked like a demon had taken my soul, ate it, and then shit it out and put it back in my body, because I was like deceased at the counter. And I was like, thank you so much, thank you. They're like, no, of course. I was like, thank you. So Jewel and I get our bags, which wasn't a lot because we were doing like one trip. And so we get our bags, and the person that was in the backseat was like, why can't we go now? And we were like, anyway, so we get to the hotel room, and they're like, okay, so like, what do we wear? What do we get dressed with? And I was like, I looked at Jewel and I'm like, I'm out. I was like, I'm going to sleep. Don't talk to me. And Jewel's like, got it. And I'm like, no one touch me. And I'm like, if my alarm goes off and I don't wake up to it, at least wake me up 15 minutes before we have to leave. And Jewel's like, got it. So I passed the fuck out. Like, I am knocked out. And it felt like I slept for 5 minutes. Jewel, did you wake me? I don't remember. I don't know if my alarm went off or if Jewel woke me up. But I remember sitting up, and the person that was there was like doing her makeup and was like putting on her clothes, was like, okay, you ready to go now? Can we go now? And I'm like, what time is it? And Jewel's like, yeah, it's like noon. And I'm like, okay. And so I get up and I'm like putting clothes on, and I'm like doing my makeup, and I'm like wanting to die. And then so like we finish getting ready, we go back to my car, put all this stuff in the trunk, because this is a one-way trip. Not one way, but I mean, like, we go for one day and then we come back the next day. Like, I did not think this out. I was also like, what, 22, so I was able to do this. Anyway, so we get to Warped Tour, and then the person was like, oh yeah, by the way, my boyfriend isn't the biggest fan of you right now, so you probably shouldn't hang out with us. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, so you may just want to like go explore everywhere else in Warped Tour. And I was like, okay. Wait, Jewel, is that when you called me a bitch? Wait, is this the same time when you called me a bitch? It's unrelated, kind of. Or was that a different time? I think that was the time. Hold on, I need to verify. I'm pretty sure, because okay, so basically there was this person that approached me, and it was like there was a really weird situation with this guy. Like, it was just kind of like a funny situation, and so he came up to me. That was like a tone thing to our friend. No. I'm pretty sure this was. No. I know you were joking. I didn't take it as a joke. There's a reason why I'm building it up. So sensitive. If you called me a bitch now in the way that you did back then, I would still get my feelings hurt. Tired or not tired. But anyway, so there was a situation, it was like a funny, weird situation with a guy, and for one, I was tired, but also two, he was just acting like we were best friends, and like he was like, yeah, you should know who I am. And I was just kind of like, no, I don't know you, sorry. Like, it was just like, because it was just trust me on this, it was a weird situation. And so Jewel turns to me, because the guy walked away, and Jewel was like, oh my God, like, why are you such a bitch? And I was like, okay. So I go back to my car and I cried so hard because one, Jewel didn't know why I acted like that. She didn't know. So it's fine. It wasn't like in a mean way. She was like kind of joking because I guess I just came across as like I was being rude to him, but she didn't know like the backstory. We've talked about it now and now she knows the backstory. But anyway, so I go to my car and I cry so hard. I think I have a YouTube video where I'm talking about how like I never fit in and like I'm always like a weirdo. I'm never fit in. Was a jughead, very jughead of me. Um, but anyway, it's because I had Jewel called me a bitch, and then I had the other friend being like, "You shouldn't hang around here," and like, yeah, it was like the cherry on top because like I had driven one whole day up, got barely any sleep, and then the next day or that night, it was that night because I didn't get another. Oh my god, no! Did we get another hotel? We had to have. No! Oh my god, Jewel, we left that in the midday because then we went and looked at all the Redwood Forest stuff. That was the day I drove 18 hours nonstop. And I went, oh my God, I went to a car park. Like we were driving back and halfway, I think we stopped at a car park because I was like, I need to just rest for like an hour. And we get there and Jules like, this is too sketchy, Kate. Can we leave? And I was like, so then we kept driving. And then I remember we were like, I think 30 minutes or 35 minutes away from our apartment. And I was playing Christian music and I was singing to Christian music because I was trying so hard to stay awake. And Jewel was asleep. The person in the back seat was asleep. And I was sitting there going, Jesus, Lamb of God, worthy is. I was trying so hard, man. I was trying so hard. I remember like I would like move Jewel and I'm like, Jewel, can you drive? Can you drive? And Jewel is like, I'm too tired. I'm like, Jewel, please, I've driven 18 hours, please. And she's like, I'm so tired. And I'm like, Jewel. But we made it. We made it. Never again. Never again. That's why when I was saying like with Nate, like our drive, because I drove the whole thing, but for one, he didn't sleep a single time. He wasn't texting anybody. He talked to me the whole time, or we'd play music and we'd talk about the music. And we also had stops. So like the longest drive we had was 8 hours or 9 hours. I don't know. But it wasn't that bad because like he's good company. He's good friendship, you know? I remember that. Yeah, because you were barely awake. I remember it. Because I remember I was going through all my music. So I was like, oh, I'll do like Skyrim music, right? I was like, I'll do Skyrim music. That'll keep me awake. Nope. I was like, okay, I'll play my One Direction music. Nope. And I'm like, I need something. So I started playing my Christian playlist. Which was something. But anyway. Yeah, road tripping is brutal. There was another road trip I did that was up to Washington and then back down, but I had Edwin and Damon with me. And I think we had 2 hours left. I had driven most of it, but I had 2 hours left and I couldn't do it anymore. Because here's the thing. Don't ever do this, by the way. Well, I mean, don't ever drive when you're tired. It's equivalent to being drunk. But bitch, what? What I do? Road trip text was fun. Jewel, that was actual hell. Oh, you mean to Texas? I thought you meant from Texas to LA. That was also hell. When I cried in the car and you're like, why are you crying? And I was like, I just want to go home. That one was fun. Yeah, the Grand Canyon one. That one was fun. I forgot about that. I mean, like I did, but I didn't. Anyway, but so like we had 2 hours until LA. And I was driving. I was like, okay, I can keep going. But then, so like the way, like when you're like sleepy driving, right? You're like, okay, I just gotta stay. I drank 2 energy drinks, right? And I was still exhausted. So I remember driving and I'm like, okay, I've heard if you like hold your breath, it like wakens you up, and it wasn't waking me up. And I'm like, man, how tired am I? So I went like this to see like how tired I am. And I felt like I was in a fish bowl. And I'm like, oop, I'm pulling over. So I pulled over and Edwin was asleep next to me. And so I pulled over into a gas station and I tapped Edwin and I was like, Edwin. And he's like, he woke up. He's like, yeah, what? And I'm like, we have 2 hours left. Can you drive? I was like, I am about to fall asleep. I'm so tired. Edwin's like, yeah, I got you. So we swapped spaces and I sat down and I remember we were pulling out of the gas station and I'm like, are you okay to drive if I fall asleep? And he's like, yeah, of course. I'm like, cool. And the last thing I remember is pulling out of the gas station. And the funny thing is, so we get to the apartment, right? We get home, and apparently Damon and Edwin tried for 10 minutes to wake me up, and I would not wake up. I was like this. Like, just, like, dead. I have never slept so hard in my life. And so, like, they were tapping me. They're like, Kate, Kate. And finally, Edwin was like, Kate, and, like, shook me. And I was like, what? What? And then he's like, oh my God, I thought you were dead. And I'm like, what? What's happening? They're like, we're home. And I'm like, oh, okay. And they're like, are you good? And I'm like, yeah. So yeah, now I do road trips though, where you have stops. Having stops is good. Have stops. Even if it's like, even if you got to get a hotel, even if it's for 4 hours. I've had some wild road trips. I know. I've lived quite a life, Like, I'm 31, and like that's the thing too. Like, when I think about it, like about living in LA and all the friendships and stuff I've had, it's like, damn, I've done a lot. Cause you know how like a lot of people, they hit their 30s, they're like, oh, I haven't lived. Oh, I've lived. I feel like I've lived quite a lot, But anyway, we did hit a mini chunk, and I did kind of only want to do a mini chunk today because we are doing Christmas presents, and simply we got tired of the wheel counts the same as drunk. Yeah. That's why I was like saying it's very, very dangerous. But surprisingly enough, like I didn't get that way when Nate and I were driving. But it also helped because he helped talk to me, the whole time. We also counted roadkill, which was something. 2024 predictions, do you have any? I didn't think that far ahead. Wait. I have a question. 2024. Do we get a new presidential election this year? Is that this year? Oh. Oh, God. Oh. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. Oh. What do you mean? I thought we just voted him in. Oh. I would vote for whatever we had before 2000s. Not Ronald Reagan. That dude took away my good Dr. Pepper. I wasn't even alive then. The bitch. Ronald Reagan ruined so many things, man. Anyway. Man, what are my predictions for this year? I don't know. From the UK in your last few elections have stressed even me. I know, dude. Situation, you don't have to vote, but it's my duty as an American citizen. I'll predict you help part. Thanks, CJ. So far, Trump's only been blocked in 2 states. That's crazy. Did y'all hear I don't know what state did it, but one state was like, yeah, he's not eligible because he can't run for a 3rd term. And people were like, what? And the state's like, yeah, aren't y'all saying that he won the 2nd term? I just thought it was funny. But anyway, I would like to hit the Partner Plus. I don't know if it's possible, but we'll see. I would also, what's kind of sad? I mean, I laughed when I saw it, and I was like, damn. Hold on, how many followers do I have on here? You know what song I have stuck on? Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. Never let it fade away. Hi, Kate. Catch a falling star and... I predict Thor will continue to be a little shit. I hope so. Okay, so we have... Damn, where's my channel? Damn. Okay, here we have... Oh, that's helpful. Okay. 33,300 followers. So, I was looking because I was like, oh, what were my New Year's resolutions for this year? Because I usually write them down. I couldn't find them. And I was like, did I not do it? And then I remembered I made a YouTube video. So hold on. Resolutions. This was my New Year's resolutions. I'm going to read them all to you, okay? My New Year's resolutions for 2019 was to hit 20,000 on Twitch. Nice. Cook more. You know, just see BTS again, get better legs, blah, 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 whatever. New Year's resolutions for 2018. My new weight goal. Push myself online. Twitch at 20,000. Make a new friend. Embrace positivity more. Right? That's 2018. 2017. Make a new friend. Be able to touch the ground without pain. As in, stretch more. I need to stretch. Do planks for 5 minutes straight. 1 soda a month. What was I on? Good lord. Anyway. Huh? Yeah, those were some Listen. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't make resolutions because I'm not going to hit them. You gotta make resolutions possible. All right, 1 soda a month. Miss ma'am, we are addicted. We have a problem. So instead of being like 1 soda a month, you can do it to like what I'm doing now every other day. Or you could be like, oh, on the weekends. Sometimes I can do the weekends one. Other times anyway, this is what made me laugh. New Year's resolutions for 2022. So I wrote this in 2021. My New Year's resolutions for 2022. So this was 2 years ago. Get gains. Got gains. Explore somewhere new. I did. Be kind to myself. I kind of was. Be able to play the piano more. I didn't do that. Turn 30 and not cry. I cried. Make a new friend. I did. Hit 35,000 on Twitch. It is now 2024 and we are not we did not hit 35,000. So I saw that and I was like, "Oh, it's fine." So, I put these are my New Year's resolutions for 2024. Eat more healthily. And because listen, sometimes I don't eat meals just because I have ADHD and I forget. Or I'm like right now it's 3:22, I haven't eaten. I'm not hungry. I haven't eaten. I haven't thought about it. That's not good. That's not healthy, especially with how like I'm wanting to work out more and more. Body is a machine. The body needs energy. Food is energy, right? And the problem is I don't realize that I haven't eaten until like it's too late and I'm starving and I'm like, "Oh my God, I have to eat something." And so I just make toast. I make toast and I'm like, "Nice." So I eat 2 pieces of toast and I'm like satisfied. That's not healthy, right? So I want to eat more healthily in the terms of actually eating. And then when I'm like, oh, I need to eat something, it's like I eat broccoli and then like a sandwich and then I have a protein shake, which is, I did that yesterday. So like trying to introduce better eating habits, not like, oh, I need to eat healthy. I need to eat chicken breast and broccoli every single day. Like it's not like that, the next one is travel more or have more vacations because I want to see my family more this year. And so this year I would like to travel more. And also I would like to spend time on myself. So because I love Big Bear, right? So if I want to go to Big Bear, I should take myself to Big Bear, And I talked to my therapist about that too. Anyway, hit the 3-month delicious. Hit the 3-month Twitch split thing. I didn't know what it was called, so I just wrote that. Hit 35,000 followers, LOL. Because I had that 2 years ago and I didn't do it. But now, maybe if if we're trying with the 70-30 thing, if we're streaming a lot and promoting it a lot, and if y'all are like, hey, friends, you want to check out this streamer I watch? Haha, nudge, nudge, cough, cough. Do y'all got friends? Anyway, hit 35,000 followers. Journal more because like I obviously do my daily diary, but I think I want to start journaling more, like writing out feelings rather than just, I don't know. I think I just want to journal more. And then my last one, which my therapist has been trying to help me for years and years, is live in the moment. Because right now I should be living in the moment. But right now my brain is like, oh my God, we got the apartment tomorrow. And then what if the apartment's good? If the apartment's bad, like, oh, then we have to prepare. We have to start thinking about this. We have to do that. I'm like, hey, blah, blah, hey, blah, blah, blah. Live in the moment. Right now we have this apartment. Right now we're chilling. Right now We're vibing. I don't need to panic. I don't need to think about it, you know? I just really gotta live in the moment. Have a good time. Have a good time. We're streaming. Today is the day that matters. We're not getting today back, you know? We're just... Anyway, those are my New Year's resolutions. And some of them are achievable, right? Like I live in the moment. That's on me. Journal more. Like, that's something I could do. I'm not saying journal every day, you know? Just journal more. And so, yeah, if you find little resolutions like that, it makes it more doable. Instead of, because I know a lot of people, like mine, like, a lot of my New Year's resolutions were like, oh, reach weight of 120 pounds. And I'm like, Miss Ma'am, we have not weighed that since we were in high school. In high school, like, my body looks better now than it did in high school. Like, in high school, I'd come home from school and I would get a big bowl of Bluebell ice cream and eat it right after school every day. Like, I was still, like, I had a fast metabolism, so I didn't, like, look like I ate ice cream every single day, but that's very unhealthy. You shouldn't be eating ice cream after school every single day, you know? But I weighed, like, 120, and then, obviously, as I became a woman, I gained weight, which isn't a bad thing, because, like, you know, but in my head, because of how people are, it's like, oh, I need to weigh 120, I need to weigh 120. But like my old resolutions would be like, weigh 120, and I'd be like, yeah, I need to lose weight. But now I'm like, oh. The only person who's gonna look at my scale weight is the doctor and me. So if people like, if I were English, if I were wearing like a bodysuit and someone's like, how much do you think she weighs? A lot of people would be like, oh, 115. I'm like, nope. Because body weight, it looks different on everybody, you know? And also, too, I don't know. I'm going to say something real quick. I'm going to say this little snippet and then I'm going to go because I have to blow my nose again. And also, we're only going to do a mini chong today. But, just a pro-life tip. If there's a special woman in your life, and it doesn't matter if she's a little heavier or a little lighter, don't grunt when you pick her up. Don't grunt. Just from personal experience, don't grunt. I'm not being shushed. You just shushed me. Just because, like, it makes us feel bad. Prior to grunt Stingray, I don't give a shit. It doesn't. I've been told that. Oh, well, I grunt from getting up from the ground. Okay. Don't grunt when picking me up. If you're going for, like, a hug and you just, like, hug and you're like, ugh. Sorry, my ass weighs 50 pounds. Like, what the fuck? And then, like, listen, I know I'm not teensy tiny little toothpick girl, okay? I can, you know? But, like, don't grunt. And then also don't be like, oh, it's just because I'm weak. It's not because you're too heavy. It's because I'm too weak. So now don't grunt when picking up while also squeezing your lungs shut from the hug. Yeah, pretty much suffer. This will help you in life. Don't worry. Done. I had a funny story, but I think it's just funnier in my head. Suffer, guys, is what we're made to do. Yeah, technically, not just guys. Technically, women also have to suffer. People have to suffer. I won't go into detail because it was a weird situation. But I was in a situation where, like, I was doing something and a guy I was seeing was like, don't you work out? Can't you just work out that muscle more to, like, get stronger at it? And I was like, because you're not strong enough to handle this? Okay. Like, having someone, like, demeaningly tell you to just work out that muscle more. Okay. Takes note, if Kay's in need of rescue, just drop her. Before you grunt. Like, oh, Kate needs, you know, the Heimlich. just throw her on the ground. Apparently, though, like if you are home alone and you're choking, the best thing to do is just fall straight on your chest, like on the ground as hard as you can, because all that force will, the more you know. You can self Heimlich on the back of a chair. This is only the back of chair I got. I've wondered that though, like low key. I've wondered like if I start choking, because like I'm in an apartment complex, right? Like I can run to someone's door and be like, "Help me, I'm choking." But I would be like, um, who would I run to? I'm not running to upstairs. Imagine me running to Bob asking for help. If someone came to this apartment and like stabbed me, I would still not run to Bob. Bob would be like, if there was no one else in this world, just Bob, I would die. I'm not going to Bob. See ya. It runs deep. But the hatred? I hate them. That was an Anakin thing. It's just Bob's so rude. They're not going to be thoughtful enough to not stomp. What makes you think they're going to be thoughtful enough to help me with breathing? Anyway, I should probably go. I should probably eat something. Spooky is streaming. Hold on. I gotta put this. Oh, that would have been bad. We can either disperse or we can raid Spooky. Someone turn up my bad random person. Uh-oh. Do y'all want to raid Spooky or do you want to disperse? What are you feeling? I'm fine with either. But thank you for coming to Let's Play Marbles. No. Next time someone says let's play marbles, I'm gonna get bubble wrap and I'm gonna go on the microphone. What are your favorite Twitch channels? The Sushi Dragon, Inbird, Ren Vixen. I'm just listing my friends. Hold on. Oh, I do like farting glitter. Cup of Kiwi. Cutie Cinderella. I'm not friends with her, but she seems nice. Emma Langevin. Also good. The Chiefs. Saikun. Oh, Saikuno's on YouTube now. It's a weird statement out of context. What is? D-Fizzy. I love farting glitter. Oh, it's a Twitch channel. It's a Twitch channel. She's really nice. I like farting glitter Kate 2024. No, we're not starting this. We're not starting this. Cheese and rice.
And then we'll...
Okay, we're rating Spooky. We're not talking with no. We're off to a perfect start. Cheese and rice. All right, we're rating Spooky. Thank you for coming to the stream. He's playing Baldur's. Everyone. Oh my god, everyone's naked. All I saw was cock. All I saw was cock. Oh my god. Well, y'all are going to the stream. Have fun. Thanks for coming to the stream. Welcome back. Happy day one. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you on Wednesday. Thanks for coming to the stream. Thanks for the subs. Thank you for the Christmas. I almost said birthday. Jesus' birthday. Thank you for the Christmas gifts. Ta-ta. Farewell. Bye. Oh no.